Hey everyone, welcome back to my living room, Krannert Art Museum Yoga. I'm Jodi. Thanks for joining me, and I hope you're having a really great week. I know things have been challenging, but I know in my own life, all of my challenges have really culminated into the person I am today, for what it's worth. So even on the mat, just recognizing your challenges and see how they help you grow and get stronger. So that being said, we're going to start standing today. Normally we're on the ground, but we're gonna stand it up. So we can just stand in a little bit of a wider base in terms of a mountain pose. So you can spread toes, broaden through feet, maybe start to shift a little back and forth. As we're doing this, I'll go through props. You'll want a couple blocks per usual, maybe a strap, you never know what I'm gonna do. I never know what I'm gonna do, and a blanket. So again, just rocking a little from heels to toes, spreading out the toes, just creating that solid foundation in the body. You can bend through the knees a little. Just feeling your ground. Popping your ankles. Relaxing through the rest of the body, so finding an uplifted energy in the spine, but relaxing the shoulders. Energy all the way through the crown of the head, and that uplifted tall stance. Just breathe for a moment. You can close the eyes, checking in. Deeper breaths, maybe cleansing breaths. If you feel called to it, you can form an intention for this practice. I always like to practice with gratitude. It does change the energy of the practice for me. Reminds me to be grateful even in those challenging moments. So once you have something in mind, just hands to the heart, sealing that within. Go ahead and step the feet closer together. You can open the eyes with a soft gaze. From here, reaching arms up. You can separate the arms, separate in terms of shoulder distance apart. Just stretching long, inhaling, and then exhale, float the arms down alongside the body. And this time reaching up, palms reaching up. You can take hold of the left wrist with the right hand, and then draping the left ankle on top or over the right, and then stretching over to that right side. Just working on balance. You can draw the left hip down, right shoulder up. Maybe even reaching the gaze a little more up. Really beautiful side body stretch. Again, keep spreading through toes, creating that balance in the base of the foot. One more breath here. And releasing the hands, releasing that left foot down, and float the arms down. Roll through shoulders, up, back, and down. Breathing, again, maybe sighing. We're just warming up the body a couple times, rolling through shoulders, maybe getting a little more spinal involvement here. One more time, rolling, breathing. Back through standing, inhale, floating arms out. Taking hold of that right wrist with the left hand, draping the right leg, or ankle, over the left. Inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, finding that side body opening. Breathe here. Ooh, balance. Just find all of those tight places in the body. Make sure the neck doesn't feel crunched. Relaxing the jaw and the face. Just one more breath. And releasing, coming back through center, releasing that right foot down. Step the feet wide as we float the arms down alongside the body. Angle the toes out, the heels are in, hands can come to the hips. Sink the hips low, just a baby horse stance. Pressing feet into the earth, finding length. Inhaling, exhale, think about grounding. Tuck the tailbone. Inhale, finding that length. Next time you sink low, we're gonna stay low. Palms can come down a little further. You can press the right palm into that right inner thigh. Relaxing the right shoulder down, lifting the gaze over the left, breathing here, twisting here. And then aligning, coming back through center, check the tailbone. Lift through the spine, exhale, go to the other side. So draw the knees away from one another, as if they can touch the wall behind you, tone through the glutes, relaxing that left shoulder down, finishing an exhalation. And then inhale, back through your center. You can spin the heels out, toes in, lengthen through the legs, a wide-legged forward fold. I like to heel to toe with my feet out a little bit wider, but you do you. Go ahead and shift the hips from side to side. It's really subtle. Definitely feeling one side more open than the other. You can start to bend one knee and then the other. And then working at keeping my spine nice and tall, including the neck. The gaze is down. There's no tension in the neck here. Just one more time. Bending from side to side. And then eventually back through your center. Letting the head become heavy. Think about the weight of the head tractioning the spine. The hands can be in any position that feel appropriate for your body. 3 breaths here. Pressing the palms into the earth, coming up to just a nice long neutral spine. Start to bend through the knees, walk hands, heart, and torso towards any leg, any direction, framing that foot, sweeping the leg back just into a tabletop position. And from here, just a couple cat-cows. Inhale to lift the gaze, lift the tailbone, open the heart. Exhale to round, press the mat away, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone. Another time, inhaling. Finding that expansion, the lift of the gaze, exhale. This time as you round the spine, keep that energy, inner big toes touch, shift the hips back to the heels. Knees can go wide, forehead to the earth, a moment in your child's pose. Deep breaths here, breathing into the back body. One more breath. Let's stretch the arms long, wrists in line with shoulders, elbows lift, hugging muscle into bone. Lift the hips away from the heels, curl the toes. Start to lift the hips up and back. We're lengthening through the spine in a down dog and actively pedaling out through the feet. Releasing one heel down, then the other. Keep pressing the mat away. Just exploring this movement. You can play with the shoulders, rocking forward and back a little bit. Tone through the core here. You can play with the elbows, bending a little out to the sides. So we're just warming up the body. Finding a place of stillness. Head heavy. One more breath. Slowly with control, release knees down to the earth, kind of reaffirm that tabletop position, and keep the right palm grounded, reaching the left fingertips towards that right corner of the mat. Inhale, exhale to sink back. We're not going to stay here long, we're going to move with the breath back through tabletop. Inhale, reaching right fingertips to that opposite corner. Exhale, sinking hips back, really stretching long through that side body. Back through center. You can always sneak in a couple breaths if you need to, but inhale is reaching and exhale is sinking, grounding. Just a few more times on your own from side to side. Be in no hurry here. One more time from side to side. Take your time. Finishing those exhalations fully. Next time you reach with the right arm, that will be the last time. Back through your center. Go ahead and spin the hands so the fingers face towards the side walls. Each time you do, spin the hand, pour the weight into the fingers. So you're really just sinking that weight. And then spin the hands around so fingers face the rear corners of the mat. And spin the hands around so the fingers face in towards the knees. And spin the hands around so the fingers face in towards the midline of the body. Really stretching through the fingers each time, creating that strength in the fingers. And see what feels challenging for you. Accessible but challenging is good. Painful, not so good. So finding your challenging spot where maybe there's some resistance to this, where it's needed, and pause, just breathe. Doesn't have to always be that 100% mark, but finding a gentle edge, still breathing, telling the nervous system all is well. From here, go ahead and spin the hands back around, fingers facing forward. I'm going to give myself a little bit of room here, backing up, walk the arms out long, palms to the earth, toning through the arms, inhale here. We're going to exhale and sink the heart to the earth, coming into a poppy pose, keeping the hips over the knees, pressing the palms, arms strong, back up, inhaling. And exhale, releasing back down. Maybe the chin, maybe the forehead to the earth, keeping arms toned, inhale, floating up. And exhale, sinking down. Just staying here, taking 3 deep breaths here. Thinking about spinning the inner thighs away from the belly. Broadening through the shoulders. Collarbones to the earth. Toning through the core, shifting forward, coming onto the forearms, coming into a Sphinx pose, really lengthening out through the legs. Reach the heart forward. Inhale here, and then exhale, shifting gaze over to the right. Maybe catching a glimpse of the right heel. Inhale, aligning back through center, dragging the forearms back. Exhale, shifting the gaze over the left. You think about the right hip drawing down as the gaze is over that left. We'll do that one more time, back and forth. Inhale, really reach the heart forward, drag the arms back. Exhale, gazing right, left hip drawing down. Inhale, aligning. Exhale to the other side. Creating that space in that right side. And then coming back through your center, a couple Sphinx roll-ups here, inhaling. Exhale, curling, rounding, peeling the body away from the earth. So draw the low belly in and up as if the belly button could touch the spine. You can stay here or you can float on the tops of the feet for 3. Keep breathing for 2. Last breath. Slowly with control, release the knees, the pelvis, the thighs, and the belly. Reach the heart forward, readjust as you need to. If this is too much for the low back, you can always lower down. One more inhalation, we'll do that again, rounding, bowing, peeling the body away. Again, you can stay on the knees. It's not for everyone to come up. Sometimes I don't get as much effort here. It doesn't feel like I'm working as hard. Sometimes it just doesn't feel good. So do what feels appropriate for your body. One more inhalation, toning, and then exhale with control, knees, thighs, pelvis, belly. You can float more of the heart away from the earth. So I'm toning through the back body, glutes are active. Thinking about dragging the heels of my hands towards the heels of my feet, reaching the heart forward. One more inhalation. Exhale, lowering back down, dragging the palms under the shoulders, stay lifted into a cobra, and then press the mat away. Engage through the core, shifting back, coming into a child's pose. Really opening up through the back body, forehead to the earth. Breathe. One more breath. Palms press under shoulders. We're back in the tabletop position. making sure there's plenty of room back behind me. So I'm in my tabletop. Left palm is grounding, extending through the right leg. So the sole of the foot is grounding, the pinky toe edge of the foot is towards the rear of the mat. Stacking hips, stacking shoulders, really opening the heart. You can reach the right fingertips skyward. So we can go for the stretch, really actively drawing that hip down, actively reaching long through the pinky toe edge of the foot, maybe even reaching the right arm up overhead. If you're going more for strength, for stability, for core, maybe you're floating the legs. So this is not necessarily better than this. This today is what I need. And then circle through the arm. So again, you can work on the strength, you can work on the balance, but today really feeling a need for that stretch. So this is how you can kind of come into your own practice, even in a guided practice. If you're circling the arm with me, beautiful. We'll go in the opposite direction. Moving with the breath. Nice, slow, controlled breathing. Actively reaching. One more time like that. Also toning through that left arm, left shoulder. And then releasing that right palm back down. You can flow through a couple cat-cows here. Inhale, lift the gaze, lift the tailbone, exhale, rounding. And one more time. Back through your center, back through your tabletop. I'm just going to spin around. And coming into your tabletop, right palm grounding, left leg extending. Again, you can move through the shoulder. You can find the stability and the strength, maybe extending through that leg, really toning through the muscles of the leg, or again, regrounding and just circling through the arm, finding space in the side body, moving with the breath, reaching along opposite directions, really with a lot of stability. Right arm, right shoulder, core. One more breath here. And then back into a tabletop position. From here, a couple cat-cows, just again, that reset in the body. Moving with the breath, inhale. Lead with the tailbone up and back, coming into down dog. Inner big toes touch. We're gonna lift the left leg up 5 times for 5, touch it back down for 4, press the mat away. 3, tone through the glute and the hamstrings. 2, last 1. And then shifting forward, bend the knee, hollow out the belly, plant the foot. Find your stability here with the base support, tone through the legs, bring the hands to the thigh, and start to bend and extend, and really start to engage the glute and the hamstring of that right leg as we bend and extend. Core is still active. I'm stabilizing with the core, and I'm stabilizing with that right leg. Next time, bending and extending, stay here and breathe, just stretching through that hip flexor psoas on that right side. And then framing that front foot, sweeping the foot back. Maybe it stays lifted with that power as you inhale, shift forward through plank. Maybe it stays lifted through your chaturanga. You can lower it down for a baby cobra. And then exhale, your choice, float back to a down dog once again, or a child's pose. So just resetting here, breathing here. One more breath. We'll all meet together in our down dog. Inner big toes touch, press the mat away. Lifting through the right leg for 5. Tone through the leg for 4. Breathe for 3. Powerhouse for 2. Last one, keep it lifted, bend the knee, hollow out the belly, plant the foot. Take your time here, building that solid foundation, lifting the palms to the thigh. From here, bending and extending powerfully through the leg. Bend and extend. Core is active, keeping the stability of the body as we just work at bending and extending through that leg. One last time. As you extend, we're just going to stay here, really actively reaching the left hip forward and down, stretching through that psoas hip flexor. One more breath. Planting the palms, sweeping the right leg back. Again, maybe it stays lifted here as you shift forward. Inhale through plank. Exhale, chaturanga. You can lower down. We want a baby cobra or up dog. And then exhale, it's your choice, a down dog or a child's pose. So just knowing how you need to rest in between your sides. One more breath. We'll all meet together once again in our down dog. Same thing. Left leg lifts just one more time. Bend the knee, hollow out the belly, plant the foot, walk the hands to the thigh, extend through that back leg. And reaching the arms away from the front leg, arch the spine. You can stay here, you can bend the elbows, you can uplift the arms, uplift the gaze, and just breathe. On your next inhalation, reaching forward, the right arm comes down, palms or that right fingertip to the earth, sweeping the left leg, the left arm down, back and up, or spiraling, twisting open. And remember that comes from deep core. It's not driven by the arm. One more inhalation with that extension, expansion. Exhale, framing that front foot once again, and sweep the leg back. Inhale, and again, maybe it stays lifted as you exhale. You can flow through vinyasa, or just come into a resting pose, a down dog, or a child's pose. Again, just offering yourself what you need, reset between your sides. And coming back into down dog, do the other side. So from reaching the right leg up, begin to bend the knee, hollow out the belly, plant the foot, walking your hands to the thigh. Really lengthen through that left leg, open up the chest. You can reach the arms up. You can always find variations here. We're just breathing here, still toning, shifting hips down. Lengthen through that back leg, powerhouse through the core. Inhale here, and then as you exhale, reach forward, left palm to the earth, sweep the right arm down, back and up. We're twisting, stack the shoulders, open the heart. Still lengthening through that back leg, strengthening the back leg. One more inhalation. And then exhale, framing down, sweep that right leg back. Again, maybe keep it lifted as you shift forward. You can flow through a vinyasa or just come into the down dog or the child's pose as your resting pose. So finding what you need here. One more breath. We'll meet in down dog. We'll just do that as a flow. So left leg lifts, inhale. Exhale, step the foot through. Inhale, rise. Exhale, reaching forward. Inhale, sweeping the left leg, left arm. Exhale, framing the foot. Sweep the left leg back, inhale. Exhale, shift forward. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, rise. Exhale, reach. Inhale, right arm lifts. Exhale, framing. Inhale, sweeping back. Lengthen. Exhale, all the way through the chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. If you're feeling like powerhouse today, you are welcome to flow through that again. Otherwise, just resting in the down dog or the child's pose. So a nice little flow for your Friday.
3 deep breaths here. And then from here, we'll all meet together, seated on shins. You can shift your hips to one side, sweeping the legs out in front. Dandasana stacked pose, finding length here. I'm going to start to bend my right knee. You can keep the heel on the same side, sit bones rounding or floating that right foot to the left pinky toe edge of that left leg. Taking hold of the right leg with the left arm and twisting open to my right. You can tense the fingertips or you can ground the right palm. And I'm trying to draw that right leg across the midline of the body, gazing over the right shoulder. One more breath. Go to release out and then twist to the other side. Really trying to open through the chest, lengthen through the spine. One more breath. So I can unwind here, taking hold with the right hand to the big toe edge of that right foot and extend through the leg. And I can keep the leg extended or I can keep it bent. But I'm trying to find a tall spine and I'm opening my heart, reaching the left arm back behind me, finding that diagonal stretch through the body. Can tone through the leg, revolving back through center, crisscross at the wrists or the forearms. See how much you can lengthen through the spine, lengthen through that leg, keep the leg lifted as much as you're able, so when you release the leg, you don't just come crashing to the ground. It's a slow, controlled release, and then releasing forward. Just resetting here. Back through center. You can shift the legs one at a time, back and forth, back and forth. Align the hips, rolling up. You can roll your shoulders up and down, plant the palms, bend the knees, lift the hips up. Open the heart, open through the shoulders. Keep lifting the hips, tone through the glutes one more inhalation. As you exhale and shift back, hollow out the belly. See if you can plant your seat behind your hands. So we're back in that Dandasana shape. I'm bending through the left knee, sit bones grounding. Again, I can stay here and still get a good twist, or I can float that foot to the pinky toe edge of the right leg. I'm going to twist by holding on to the left leg with the right hand, left palm or the left fingertips to the earth, finding that rotational quality in the spine, tall spine, lots of effort here. Right leg stays active, breathing, deep breaths. One more breath. And taking your time to revolve through center, twist to the other side. So the right hand to the earth, spiraling open to the right. One more breath. Revolving back through the center. And again, I'm just taking hold with the left hand to the left foot. You can begin to lengthen through that leg. You can keep the bend in the knee. Extend through the leg. Reach the right arm out behind you. Tone through the core. Active through the right leg. One more inhalation here. And then exhale, taking hold. Again, you can cross at the wrists. Taking hold of that left leg. Tall through the spine. See if you can keep the left leg lifted as you release away. Releasing the heel down, reaching forward, Dandasana. With Paschimottanasana. Just that forward fold over the legs. As you roll your shoulders up, back, and down. And plant the palms alongside the hips to shift the hips forward. Keep the knees bent, feet planted, press tall through the spine. press the palms to the sky, rolling onto the back. So keep pressing the sky away, keep engaging core. Hug the knees into the chest. Coming into a twist, knees over to the left, gaze to the right, open the heart. 3 deep breaths here. One more breath here. Draw the knees back through center. Inhaling, and then exhale over to the other side. The knees to the right, gazing to the left. Again, just 3 breaths. Drawing the knees back through center. Anything that you need here to finish your practice, you can hug knees into the chest. You can take a happy baby. You can just come right into a Shavasana, arms long, legs long, aligning the neck with the rest of the spine. If you have that gift of time for Shavasana, just allowing yourself to be here for a long period of time, or even a short period of time, can be such a gift. Just letting everything that's been opened in the body, all the energy that's been released, really be absorbed by the body. Nervous system calms. Body begins to relax fully, finding balance. And I'll just leave you here in your Shavasana. So thank you for joining today for Krannert Art Museum Yoga. Again, if you've got time, just stay in your Shavasana for a period of time before you come back out. And I'll see you next week.
Namaste.